The final word. The final word. Did I get it?
You got it.
Let's go.
That boy on pitch with it and everything.
Man, let's go, man. Eclipse Dallas Cowboys.
Solar flare. Ric Flair.
Yes, indeed, man. Oh, man. So interesting today. So much. So we got Trevon Diggs, the big brother, and Rat Hunter.
Define Rat Hunter.
He's a rat hunter, bro.
Oh, okay.
These,
I got it.
Oh, he's a rat hunter. Oh, man. No,
Define a word.
My Lord, I can't wait to talk about my boy Diggs.
Define a word.
Man. So proud of so proud. See, Diggs act like somebody who got the bag. See, that's how you supposed to act. You know what I mean? You gonna cover for your boys. Let's go.
Yeah.
Hey,
let me give a special shout out. Define a word.
The final word.
He goes by the name of VA Cowboy. I appreciate you so much for the care package you sent me, man. I really appreciate you and your fam, man. I really appreciate you for the big donation to help grow the nation for the Oxnard Fund, man. Appreciate you. VA Cowboy.
Man, appreciate all the support, man. The Cowboy Nation, man. Getting behind my boy Low Nation. Helping him get to Oxnard, man. And that's what it's about.
The final word. Yes, indeed. The final word at Oxnard. Come on, sponsors. Come on, get us there.
Man, let's go, man.
Come on.
Let's go, man.
Hey, that post-game report be so dope.
Oh, man, it's going to be.
Yo.
Man, it's gonna be.
Yeah, it'll be dope.
Ain't gonna even be fair, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good year, man. We just gotta get past the draft. I think after the draft, man.
Oh yeah, back to good days. After
man,
the draft.
We go draft well.
I've been hasting the day of the draft, bro.
Yeah.
I'm hasting the day of the. You know how they bring on the 15 undrafted guys?
Yeah.
I'm hasting that day.
Me too. I'm excited for them boys. For real.
Yeah.
No cap at all. It's a very good year for undrafted free agents. There's just so much talent, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just so much talent, man. So let's go.
Let's get it.
Run it up.
I just wanna run it up. Can we check or something? I've been really in the field, let up, I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately I just wanna run it up. Kinda check or something. Lately I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change to the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Revan now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately I just wanna run it up.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Whoo-wee, man. So we gonna go ahead and kick it off, bro. I ain't gonna play no games. All right, so this came from 105.3 The Fan. Oh my God, bro. I was dying when I heard this. Y'all listen up.
And I said, do you think you know what everyone in the building is saying at all times? Of course not. And then Diggs wrote back, so who said it? Eye emojis.
So first of all, this is Sean and RJ, and Sean was explaining how Trevon jumped in his deal. Now listen.
And he said, why repeat it on your platform? To make a player look bad? To push a false narrative around someone's name? And I wrote back to Diggs, my job is to cover the team and tell the fans what I hear. Props to you for supporting your guy. I'm not a newsbreaker, starter over my 14 years here. You can go ahead and check the record. And then this is when Diggs made me laugh again. Well, the first time I half chuckled, but I was like, damn, you call me weird. But the second comment that made me laugh, he goes, come on, you can tell me I won't say nothing.
That boy Diggs was rat hunting.
Yeah.
Swallow that.
Man,
He got him.
Boy, Diggs. I said, man. And you know what's funny? A lot of people never heard this.
Yeah.
When
I
I put
haven't
this
heard
on
it.
Twitter, bro, people had no idea. Let me keep playing it. Listen.
He goes, come on, you can tell me. You can tell me I won't say nothing.
That's like back in the day though, when like my parents were like, just own up to it. I won't be mad.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You won't?
Sure about
Right,
that?
right. If you tell the truth, I won't spank you.
Yeah, and I was felt for it.
Dad, I wrecked the car.
Mhm.
I ran into somebody,
Yeah,
not the other way around.
right.
Yeah, okay, good luck.
So he wrote, come on, you can tell me I won't say nothing. And I did the laughing emojis back, and I said, look, I respect you for the effort. I know that's your guy. I still said, for the record, Jerry was going to pay him. All right. Jerry Jones, in my opinion, which I said on Friday, if you listen to the segment live, I don't think Jerry Jones would ever deal Micah Parsons. He's too big of a star. He's too great of a player. You would not get the return. So I think Micah is still going to get his $30 million plus. So this obviously did not come from Jerry Jones, did not come from Stephen Jones, and it did not come from Mike McCarthy. And then Trevon ended our DM discussion with this. I'm not with having underlying hate towards one of my guys. We work hard, go out of our way to feed our families. Just would appreciate if you keep the negativity away. We trying to win championships. This is not reality TV. And that is the most that paragraph, that little small paragraph right there is that's the whole conversation that we need to have.
Whoa. So let me first give my thoughts on this, and we gonna definitely go around a circle on this, bro. So first, bro, I said T. Diggs, a real teammate, to go right to Micah's accuser's DM in order to discover the source of the leaks. I was really laughing.
I'm gonna go and retweet that. Yeah. Keep talking.
He said, without, and this is what Cowboy fans need to know, in my opinion. With all the recent drama, this is a great sign. You know, to see, you know, because obviously we all heard about, you know, what the leaks are and what people have said, and I do believe that there's some truth to what they're saying. I don't think they made it up, and I don't believe that they working for Jerry on this. I don't, not this one. But to just see that, and if you listen close, Trevon said, "I'm standing up for my guy." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a leadership role that I didn't even know that Trey had in him. You know? And it was the man of him. He didn't just talk on Twitter. He went right to him. That's man stuff. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah. Well, a lot of times people saw that this defense crumbled when Trevon Diggs went down.
Yeah.
You know, in the Arizona game, it didn't look the same. It seemed like life was sucked out of the building. And pause is necessary. No diddy. It sucked out of the building because the team didn't look the same. And one were arguing that, Trevon Diggs was the leader of this defense.
Yeah.
And you saw a droppage of the defense when he was gone.
Yeah.
Trevon Diggs is now letting people know that, hey, it's kind of go like this, though, Boss and the OC. Like, we can talk about each other. We brothers, we cool. Right. But let somebody on the outside talk, man. We throwing hands. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed.
And that's the temperament that in the mindset that he's putting out there. Like, if y'all gonna talk about us, then I'm gonna slide in those DMs. But I'm giving you a fair warning now.
Yeah. Because
I could have did this out in the open. So that was a sign of an olive branch or a sign of respect. There are codes to live by. Yeah. And I think that sometimes Sean and RJ, Bobby, he got a little coolness to him. So he don't really leak stuff like that. But the others, they kind of leak stuff like that. Whether it's given to them via the Jones family or whoever's in the building, there's code because they didn't leak the stuff that I know about with Zach Martin that people were saying, right? So, and there are things that I even told you, Boss, and the OC about this team that could be becoming for a negative pitfall. But we keep certain things because there's codes that you got to walk by. And I get it. I know people want the ratings and people want the views or what have you. But just like they say, all money ain't good money. All views and ratings not good views and ratings. But go ahead, though, OC.
Yeah, this is really, in my opinion, a great way to be a big brother by Diggs to Mike Parsons. Way to be a good big brother. Yeah. And this is how he was a good big brother, in my opinion. He's saying that, look, I'm not going to let anything float out in the air unchecked that will potentially prevent my boy from getting paid. I just got paid. So I don't want anything out there that would hurt him or hurt his image. So that's love. That's real love by Diggs. And it shows that, hey, number one, he was sorely missed on that defense. And that there's a respect level even from Micah to him.
Yes.
For him to step up and make that statement out in the open. And it's also putting you on notice.
No, that was DM, bro. It wasn't in the open.
No. I'm saying it was in the open because it was put on 103.5 The Fan. But I'm saying in the sense that he's putting a declarative statement to say, hey, man, kind of like be careful what you say, which is very healthy in this sometimes circus environment that we have in Dallas Cowboys media of just this and that. And it just gets out of hand because you don't see anybody else do it across the league. No other teams has these type of interactions in the open. It's very, covert or very secretive or very in-house or close to vest and dealing with players and our thoughts about this player. It's not publicized out in the media, right? But we have this narrative to where it happens with every single player, especially when it gets close to pay dirt or money time. And so I love what Diggs did, man, on behalf of Michael Parsons.
Nah, I love it, man. And this is what I'm going to say. Like, because to me, Diggs always came across quiet, right? But that showed me and was more confirmation that, we was missing Diggs in Green Bay. And it's not necessarily his play. It's that type of attitude. It's that type of presence. It's that type of we in this together. And this is what I'm going to say. It doesn't matter what the outside noise is if they carrying themselves like that in the locker room. I don't care what anybody's saying. If that's what they like as a locker room, we good. What's your thoughts on that, Law?
Well, I was out there today when Dak Prescott scorched the defense for 12 touchdowns consecutively.
Today?
In the end zone. I was out there in Oxnard.
Oh, okay.
I was there. I was there,
Okay.
And on the 13th try, Diggs was able to break that up. And that's when everybody was saying that, yay, man, look at him. He calling Dak Prescott a B. You know what I'm saying? You remember that whole storyline?
Yeah.
But those who was there at the moment, we saw the offense scorch the defense. And I was saying to myself at that moment, that is what we need, though. You know what I'm saying? Someone to really, I want them to rattle Dak Prescott. I want them to be in the face of him. I want him to throw multiple INTs in practice, believe it or not, because I want him to take it to that edge. I don't like docile work, right? And I love that Trevon Diggs had the balls or the cojones enough to go to the quarterback, to really rip at him and get at his face. And I get it, some storylines was twisted and said that he was talking about this and that. But we seen it with our natural eyes, those who were there.
Right.
But the media took it and run it and made it negatively.
Yeah.
I'm quite sure that, I never played ball with you, my guy, Boss. Yeah, but I'm quite sure you and the OC, y'all on two opposite ends. Yeah. So I'm quite sure y'all had some battles, man.
I never
and it
went
wasn't
at the
always
OC
pat on the back.
because he played tackle. But I would have.
You would have.
If we would have made contact. It just we wasn't in a position to. But I promise you,
he never pulled out the space and he got in front of you.
Nah.
He had to make that business decision.
I don't know how, but
and you would
I've
never
one time went up against the OC.
Nah, we just never was in the same wheelhouse, man.
But we would have. It would have.
How would you greet him?
I would have cut him. Because you can't take on the OC head up. I couldn't take the head.
My legs.
Yeah, I would have went right at his leg. I would have tried to break his kneecap. I would have went right at his knee. I promise
he would have shot him. Like that's exactly what he would have done. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, he said it wouldn't have been head up. No. He went low.
No. Oh no, he would have separated my shoulder again.
No.
For real. I respect OC, big dude, 6'5", playing weight. What was you? 6'5",
305, 315, something like that.
Nah, bro, I'm not taking that on. I was 180. But that made my day. Like obviously a lot of people know about the drama, know about the leaks and stuff like that. And it's one thing I also want to say, man, just real quick. That's actually scary to me. Because I'm gonna play another clip.
Ooh.
And this one is actually, and I'm being honest, this is scary to me. So I want y'all to listen, and we go break this down. Listen to this one. Now, this one, I promise you, this was like, wow. Like, I'm surprised a lot more people not talking about this. Tuck brought this out today, but listen.
Actually, I didn't break anything. I didn't break any news. If you've been toloing, if you've been monitoring, listening to the station, you've heard drops and hints and whispers of this stuff over the past few months.
Now, I do want to say that's true. That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they've been talking about it. I listen to the fans. I listen to Sean and RJ a lot. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying I don't think Jerry and them gave them this. This is coming from some people. He go explain. Listen though.
But now, and this is probably going to pick up on a national level, the narrative is building and getting stronger that when contracts come up, this is what the Cowboys do. That the Dallas Cowboys leak stuff to people like us in order to drive down the price and make Dak Prescott and Micah Parsons look bad. That is getting louder and louder and louder as a sentiment.
This is not a Cowboys thing, though. I've got a very good friend of mine.
Well, now, this part right here, just listen, bro. This is crazy. And I'm surprised a lot more people not talking about this. Listen to this. This is like low-key scary. Listen.
Oh. You know what his job was? He doesn't work in the NFL anymore. He used to work for the Jets. And his job was...
Find out who Robert Saleh's texting?
No, literally. His job was to find dirt on players to bring to the organization when their contracts came up. That was his only job. Find all the dirt on the players. And he said every single team had one of these. Every single team had a counterpart. And I would call the other counterparts to find out if they knew any dirt on my players.
So that sounds like you are buying that theory that some people have.
Oh,
yes. Some of this stuff was leaked to me.
I don't know if it's leaked to you or... No, I'm saying, but the Cowboys absolutely have somebody in their employ that their only job is to find dirt on a player.
Well,
That's
Bobby,
it.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
This as the Cowboys insider, you've heard some of these things that I talked about on Friday, and I guess I should follow up and tell you.
Bro, that's crazy, bro.
I can believe it. to this degree. And people that's in who bought a home, and when it's time to close, right, on your house or what have you, I mean, they want to know every little thing about you. They trying to find, any little thing. They go a little bit deeper, right? They want to know how tall you are. What's your blood type? They dig even deeper on where you worked at and how long you worked there and anything that you recently done, right? And the OC can contest to that, right? And the boss, I know you can contest to that. Yep. The fact that that's why they say, hey, man, don't go apply for a car loan or take out a car note for this or to help someone on a signature loan for here and there, because they will find it, because they ultimately, I believe it's the underwriter's job is to ultimately find a reason to not give you the money. Yeah. Because they're trying to secure everything. And now we got to magnify that to a player's contract, which is the contract is thick as a phone book, that they're trying to find out reasons to get that price down or not to pay, right? Because they don't want to be hooked to a vehicle that's going to cost them millions and millions of dollars, right? But everything is magnified in Dallas land. That's all I want to say on short.
Yeah, man. OC.
Yeah, I mean, this is not surprising, and it's more common in a variety of businesses than people think. Yeah, because when you're dealing with multi-million-dollar contracts, you're dealing with high exposure, high-profile people and business people. They have to understand the nitty-gritty on you, and I don't think that it's necessarily
no.
so.
Can I jump in real quick, OC?
What?
What he said was that all of the teams have one guy that's his only job is to
every time you read that dude
his only job is to find dirt.
Yes.
To get leverage when it's time to get paid. That's totally different than you got in trouble, now they go use it. No, this is somebody who is like,
look, this is what I'm saying, boss. Let me finish, because look, I'm expanding this. Look, okay, so I was questioned, had a chance coming out of college, questioned by a team. Right, and I had a conversation with a team, right, and they asked me about like 2 girls I dated in high school.
Dang.
And like, why did I break up? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying, it's their job to know. That's my point. Now, to your point, Boss Cowboy. Yeah, because leverage. What's good leverage? I'm gonna answer that question. Any leverage. Any leverage is good leverage. So if there's a way to save themselves money, then they're gonna exploit every potential opportunity to do it. Now, they won't necessarily throw you out underneath the bus to everybody, but privately in that room with your agent, they'll say, look, let's have a meeting. Let's sit down and talk. There were some allegations about and this female when you were a sophomore. And we're really concerned about how you would handle a large extension and our reputation as an organization. That's the kind of stuff they say to you. They're going to talk about their representation. They're going to talk about your character. And then based upon how you handle that, we'll determine how those negotiations go. So I'm saying it's very common. Think about politics. Even with politics, what happens when they want to make sure somebody doesn't get elected? Smear campaign. All of a sudden, back in 1986, you had this and that happen. Back in 1972, this happened with your mom. And this is why you shouldn't be elected as the senator or the president or whatever. So this is common practice, and it's just a control tactic.
God. Yeah. On those smear campaigns, they'd be like this. DOC once kicked a cat. We don't like DOC. He's terrible with cats. Vote for me.
Exactly.
I love cats and dogs. You know what I'm saying? They'll spear a cat, and they'll have a picture of OC kicking the cat, shooing the cat away from the trash can.
Oh my Lord.
But it had that Sears music behind it. You know what I'm talking about.
Hey, so y'all see I got the movie Trading Places sitting right here, man.
One of the greatest of all.
Man, is that a great movie or what? Now, I start thinking about that movie when I heard that, because it made me really say, man, that fiction art imitates life, right? It really does. And everybody know, well, unless you didn't see the movie, you got to go watch this movie. But Beeks was the guy that was assigned to do the dirty work from the billionaires.
Right.
And it was some parts in there that was just epic. It was epic. Like, for instance, you know, when Eddie Murphy was starting to kind of, who is this guy Beeks?
Beeks.
The dirty man. And, you know, and they was talking about, who is this Beeks? And they would even forget, because he wasn't a common employee. He was the dirty man. So some they would even forget who Beeks was. Okay, I remember who Beeks was, right?
Yes, of course.
Oh, yes, of course. Our dirty man. But it just made me kind of look, and I was like, bro, just think about players, right? Think about it, OC. You a player and you holding up your jersey at the draft at the greatest day of your life. And the whole time you have no idea that it's a Beeks with every team that's gonna be snooping, going through your IG, hey, they went out. Did they get into anything? A Beeks. Now, this is all the time while the owners are smiling. They kicking it with you. They saying how proud they are of you. And they're gaining all kind of leverage against you. Now, we all kind of suspected that, but for me to hear RJ said that bold, I was like, whoa.
But boss, this only matters if you play well enough to merit a good extension.
No, they said every player.
Yeah, I get it. I get what he said. But boss, they really only care about this if they got to pay you some significant money. Because when they draft you, boss, they already got all the dirt. They got everything you did up to that point. That's what people don't understand.
No,
they do
saying while you
research.
on the team, OC.
I get it, but this is what I'm expanding the point just a little bit.
Okay.
When they bring you in, they already know what you did when they drafted you. They already know what's out there. They're not going to pay you that big rookie deal, especially if you, like a Michael Parsons as an example, a first-round draft pick, and they're investing tens of millions of dollars into you. They're not going to do that. Now, when you get that money, that's the issue. When you get that money, and then you out here in these streets and you get that exposure and you're playing well, you get that shine, then that's when the real test comes. Because now you got Beats out there. He's looking. He's lurking now. He's seeing who came to your house. He's seeing how late you stayed out. He's seeing every little thing that you did. He's seeing. He's like Santa Claus. He's trying to see if you've been naughty or nice. And that's the issue that will come up if you're a really good player on your second contract. You're a minimum low salary dude. It doesn't really matter. They're going to pay you the minimum. I think this prevalently comes up with the higher targeted, more expensive resigns. That's my opinion of it, but go ahead.
No.
The inverse of it, bro.
Yeah.
The two of the most powerful people, I believe, is in the state of Texas or in Dallas, no longer here with the team, and they know everything, is the inverse of Mr. Beeks or Beeks. And that's Rich Dalrymple.
Yep.
And Roosevelt.
Yep.
The brother, you know, we don't know what happened to Roosevelt. Roosevelt is just gone. You know, we don't know what happened to Roosevelt. Them are the two of the most powerful people. Have you ever noticed? You know what I'm saying?
They know where the dead bodies are.
They know where the bodies are. You know, for those who want the Jones family to disappear and stuff like that, if you can corner Rich Dalrymple, and find Roosevelt wherever Roosevelt is, the last living Afro with the shades on at night, man. He walk around everywhere with the Cowboys. And what happened to the brother? You know, if you could find those two, man, you can get some stuff on the Jones family. But that's just the inverse of it, because nobody else can hire a Beaks to follow them. So that's just how it goes.
That's how it goes. It's just, you know, like it was like, wow. You know what I mean? It's billionaire business, I guess. You know, art imitates fiction or life. I mean, art imitates life. Like, you know, all of us enjoyed greatly trading places, but to see that this is going on, and he didn't say just the Cowboys. He said absolutely the Cowboys and the other 31 teams. You know. And it made me think, right? Because it was speculations even with Deshaun Watson. We all know about what allegedly happened with Deshaun Watson. I was hearing that the team was supplying him with the NDAs.
Oh, yeah.
The Browns or the Texans?
The Texans.
Yeah.
So, you know, they had a clue of the ooey and the Diddy, you know, just for keeping it clean for the kids.
Oh, the No Diddy app will go hard right now, bro. We'll make millions if we can come up. Oh, I'm talking out in the open.
I know what you're saying.
The No Diddy app, you know, it'd be NDAs, exclusive, electronic sign.
Let's get busy.
Let's get busy with it, y'all. You know, the No Diddy apps. Come on,
man, electronically. So, but then all of a sudden, remember, he started to request out. Now all of a sudden,
good point. Great point.
Great
boy,
point. You a detective, boy. Detective Balls.
Hey, I looked into that, man, and the attorney that was taking that case and going all deep into that, they stayed in the same neighborhood as the McNairs.
God, boy, you deep, man.
Yeah, man,
it leaks. So they hold enough against you, and then they say, okay, well, it's time. Release the hounds, right?
Yeah,
release them, because you know those massage parlors didn't just start it that year, right?
No,
it's been an ongoing situation,
right?
And think about this. It's still that they were able to get from under him and was able to rebuild that situation to get multiple draft picks and get I guess a quarterback for their team and organization.
Yeah.
Just like that within a year and a half, maybe 2 years.
Yep. Yeah, that was amazing. How they rebounded out of that.
Yeah,
they rebounded out of that as a franchise. The Texans are doing good. We can't deny it. But some things, I'm going to be honest, I'd rather sometimes not know, right? I would want to kind of believe that teams are not assigning a hitman to their guys, you know. So just hopefully, you know. But I don't believe RJ was just talking, man. I think he.
No, this is real. They do the same thing in Hollywood, boss.
They do that corporate America.
100%, man. And
like every one of us had a file on us.
Yeah.
The Law Nation file.
I mean, you can look at it like for sure, like the Jonathan Major story, right?
Yeah.
That all of a sudden, you know, she won that case, and he's out of business. He's out of Disney. He's been at the top. Now he's back at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
And there goes to show you, man, that they can find things that tangibly you can see with your eyes. The dude was running for his life. Right. And he was still charged, and he didn't get a full year of jail sentences, but he got 52 or 50 something weeks or something like that, 52 weeks of domestic violence counseling services. So it's crazy, man. So yeah, it's a crazy world, or evil world we live in.
And this is the last thing I'm gonna say. I'm gonna move on from this, man. The first thing that he also said is that it's a growing noise is that when it's contract time, that's when stuff come out. And this is what is just going on. I think sometimes you can run a rugby play too much. You can run a tush push too much.
Yeah.
to where it start becoming obvious. So even when you not doing it, people go suspect you of it because we've seen the play and we start seeing the pattern. So it's like, and then you say yourself, you know teams do this. You know what I mean? You know teams do this. So why would people be questioned when they looking at the media as potential water carriers? It's like, nah, it's a reasonable thought when you know this is how teams operate.
But I think that it's right to still question, the radio station, because who are the people that's still talking? If Sean or RJ both said that they get multiple people saying that inside the building, who are the people inside during the off season? Then I think that even Jay Tuck pull up a damn display and he had X marks the spots of the people that could possibly say negative connotations about Michael Parsons, which would bring home a lot of good evidence. And I think Scott McCurley was one of the guys without the X on it. So yeah,
let me
man.
show that, man. You so on time. That's perfect, bro. I was just gonna bring it up, man.
My bad. I'm
bro, I was crying, laughing. Joke people. I want y'all to know. This Tuck was playing, but I was dying laughing. Tuck said, I cried when I said, Tuck said, so Cowboy Nation, let's play process of elimination. The defensive staff is new, so they wouldn't hate on Mike.
Yeah.
And he said Harrison Thompson, not Chatty Patties. So that leaves Scott McCurley, Kenny Matthews. Man, that Tuck had me crying. Now, what was funny is some people thought he was serious, bro. He was not serious. This had me crying, bro.
As they say, truth in every joke, though. There's a little truth. It's a little truth in that.
You think
so? Yeah. So who are the people that can hold weight to say, yeah, man, Parsons is a problem and is wearing thin? Like if it ain't one of these immediate people, if it's the towel boy or towel girl or the water carrier, literally, that don't mean a hill of beans. But if it coming from somebody like for example, constructive criticism is one thing. But if it's one of you guys like that do this content creations that I value your opinion and you sit back and say, well, Law, you ain't doing X, Y, and Z things, right? And it hits me different versus someone without any, weight to their name criticizing. So yeah, my bad. Hit that button by. But that's just what I'm trying to go at with this. So who is telling? It had to be somebody with weight, and it's not a lot of people.
He was clear, and he did clarify. He was very clear. He said that it is not Jerry, Stephen, or Mike McCarthy. He was very clear.
Well, there's no news. There's no news.
Exactly. Good point. Right. Now check this out. And he was clear on one thing. Let me play this real quick because I want to really play this because me, man. I think I have pretty good listening skills. Y'all listen to this. This is also courtesy of 105.3 The Fan. I always put the links in the description. But check this out. This go kind of put it together a little bit.
Accurate. Sometimes there is a motivation behind it from the organization, but that's not for me or you to decide what is true or not. It's like, that's what they're saying. If that's their position,
but their
position needs to be out there.
But I do try to evaluate it a little bit. I do always ask, what's this person's motivation? And I don't believe that these number of people's motivation was to try to negotiate Micah's price down. These people venting and just throwing it.
See, that part, we can't let him. He said, these people venting. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So it's some people that was, according to Sean, that was venting. Right?
Wait a minute. It goes back to this. Is it the gas? Is it the water towel boy, or is it the cheerleader on? Who is it?
Is it Scott McCurley?
It got to be somebody, unless this by what he's saying, by definition alone, is gaslighting. Right, OC? Is that gaslit right there?
Well, this is what I'm gonna say, man. This is my thought. Who would talk to you? Who would complain and confide in you? Right? Okay. Let's think about that. Mm-hmm. Who would actually give you some information? It would have to be a lower level person. It would have to be maybe a younger person. I don't see anybody as an experienced coach that has a strong position in an organization giving you that type of information. So
probably not a coach. I'm almost certain it's not a coach.
Oh, okay. So that's I'm going through process of elimination because you have to coach up. So I'm saying it's some player somewhere that's disgruntled or something that's talking noise or what have you.
That makes sense.
To me, that's the only thing that it could be, right? Because nobody else is giving Sean. No offense. Nobody else is just, in my opinion, would just vent to you and give you that kind of information.
Right.
That's just an opinion.
Yeah. That's very reasonable. Let me keep playing it too, because he said some more things. So
and I'm gonna come back in, boss, as fast as I can. I gotta do something real quick.
Okay.
Hey, just before you hit that, salute to my guy, Cowboys fan Talk Rome, for the raid or what have you, man. I really appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate that, Rome. And Rome also said, "Yeah, we only got 100 likes. It's crazy." Yeah, let's get the lights up. But see, while OC coming back, listen to this.
In a side comment here and there, and I could be wrong, I didn't think there was motivation behind it. And if I did think it was clear that they're only using me as a mouthpiece, then I would not have repeated it, because I'm not out here to carry on anyone's agenda.
Yeah, look, I mean, when we go sit down with listeners or anything else, or people running this public and we're sitting there having a drink, almost every time somebody will say something to me like, "Hey, so like, y'all really get along? Like, are y'all all buddies? Like, who's the coolest of the station? Is there anybody you don't get along with?" And then it's like, yeah, like, I hate Peyton, right? Like, you start in on that. And so then, like, somebody could say, sources say at the fan that there's a lot of people who hate Peyton. Like, I mean, that would come up. But
and let me be fair right there. Law. I think that's very honest. So, like, me and you working at Cowboys Experience, right? Having a conversation with a player. Remember that?
Yeah.
And we got some exclusive information from just a conversation. It's not that they was trying to tell us what they told us.
Okay.
But we put 2 and 2 together. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if some of this can sound like, that's why I think some people kind of running with this the wrong way. Like Jerry and them came to Sean or whoever, right? Nah, I think this is
it would have been a bigger storyline though, boss, if he said one of the players. But then he'd really paint himself into a corner.
Yeah,
he would screwed.
Yeah, and you can't do that, because I said this too, keeping it real. We know what Mike McCarthy does to the Rats. Am I lying though, Law?
Yeah.
We know what Mike McCarthy, shout out to the landlord, because landlord was the first one to call Mike McCarthy the Dunn, right? You know, he has a Dunn philosophy that, man, if you letting stuff out this building, let me get my button. Well, what happened to all them players year one when they talked to James Slater?
They got assassinated. Yeah.
So I do believe, as I'm kind of listening to how they explaining it, that this is not a higher level person. This was a lower level person, lower level people. You know?
The equipment staff or the towel boy or girl, you know.
Or maybe even one of the .com people. Right?
Yeah.
A .comer, right? Yeah. Who know a little bit about the gossip. Who know a little bit about what's going on. Who know something about how people might be upset Because I said myself, let's say if I work for .com, right? I'm going to just throw this out here. Let's say if I was working for .com, right? And I said, I said this before. I said if I was Tank, I would have been mad with what Michael Parsons said.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I would have been mad about that. I would have been mad if I was Bland. So let's say I'm just having that conversation and we just kind of having some drinks and I say that. Yeah, if that was me, I've been upset. Now that's one of your sources that you can say, yeah, that person don't like Michael Parsons' antics. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like, is it as big as what it sounds? I say no. I think it's just general conversation that where he was kind of talking over time.
I got one for you, though.
Go for it.
Sam Williams, when he was talking about free me. That could be implied two ways, right?
Right.
Parsons taking up my rep, or that could be implied to a degree where Quinn is not freeing me enough. And when I do get a chance to play, I'm going to try to make one. It could mean that either, if you break it down to a lower level aspect of it, it could be Aiden Durde that don't believe and trust in him, right? Yeah. So there's three layers, or it could be the upper management, front office, but there are tangible information that ex-players did call out the front or the front office that they dictate who gets the ball and who gets to get out there on the field. Yep. So we got to measure that, I don't know how much Kool-Aid you put in there. You say you don't drink it unless you measure it. That's we will have to measure that. So it's layers to this. It's a slippery roll.
It is. I'm gonna play this last part and we're gonna move on to football. Go ahead. I'm tired of the gossip. But here we go.
The gossip hour.
In general, just think about it in that context more of just like if somebody if you run into people or you have discussions with people, those sort of things just naturally come up about somebody. It's not like a concerted effort to let's get the let's get the campaign going. But also,
Ryan found out a lot of things. Producer Ryan found out a lot of things about our industry on Saturday night.
So one of the things he said, I'm done with this. I'm sick of this. Mm-hmm. We will go to football. One of the things though, Lau, just real quick. He did say, I didn't play the clip, but he did say this Steven, Jerry, and Mike McCarthy had nothing to do with this. So he hearing from, and it just went out of control. That's what I really think happened, man. That's my honest to God opinion. I'm done with this. One of the things I wanted to get into was my boy Rome. And man, God, please tell me OC ain't gone. Because I might need OC on this one because I really want to get OC on this one. Did he say he coming back?
Yeah, he said he'd be right back. He'd be right back on it.
Okay. I want to get OC on this one. Because Rome, he been making some good cases on move down. And what I love is Rome been looking at solutions, right? So let me see, man. Let me see if I can call OC, man. I know this is not.
Yeah, Kingsley, Brooks, Rice, but with those first three guys, and I was listening to someone conversation, and I was listening to I was listening to Bobby Belt and Brian Broader's podcast, and they was talking about something similar to that, like. Will Kingsley be a day one guy though? Starter.
Yeah.
Is he a better option than a Tyler Smith, TJ Bass, Brock Hoffman, Zach Martin, and Terrence Steele? Because that's game day. That's week one ready, right?
Right.
That's week one ready.
Right.
So even with Kingsley, even though we like his tape, we like his athleticism, and we like what he's bringing to the table, it's still the unknown, right? So he could be redshirted a year and sit out a year. And that is what Mike McCarthy and Mike Zim don't have. They don't have that time frame for a year to sit out, Yeah,
that guy got to be ready to play.
He got to be ready to play. And, I don't think, and that's why you said, now I see why you need, that's why you want my guy, OC to come back.
OC is also high on Kingsley.
I know he's high on
Kingsley.
Yeah.
So, and Kingsley is starting to kind of, you know how I get close to the draft and you start hearing
he's pulling a Tyler Smith a little bit right now.
His name's starting to come out. His name, you know how we start kind of getting clues of who they go draft about 2 weeks to a week early. So yeah, Kingsley. And now what Rome has been doing, and I want to get your opinion on this. Rome is saying, let's move down and let's load up on more picks to make us have a better team.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that Jay Tuck did one, and I fell in love with that one. I recently retweeted it. It's near up there, but we can go off of Rome's ones right there and look at what he is able to do.
Yeah, so
pick it apart, because we can defend anything. If we just got to be able to see it and see it from what he's perspective is.
Yeah, so I tell you what, in terms of team trade back, this is what I said. Okay, and I want to get your thoughts on this, and we talked about it a little bit this last week. It depends on who's there at 24. If Troy is there at 24, I'm picking him.
Okay.
If Thomas is at 24, I'm picking him. Or Graham. Or you could do this. You could say if it's a combination of this type, where is this type of talent still sitting? Because somebody go fall. It's too much talent in the first. Somebody is gonna be a steal at 24. If it's about 2 or 3 steals, I'll move down.
Yeah.
Or if my guys are wiped out. What's your thoughts on that?
If I agree. If tags are touching, right? If they literally touching each other, I don't feel bad at all moonwalking back and trying to get more and more picks, because we only have 7.
Right.
And the drafting is the bloodline of the Cowboys. We build of draft and developing. We don't dance around in free agency on the front end enough to feel comfortable with just only 5 or 6 draft picks. So what I'm doing is, with the 24th pick, I'm moonwalking back. I'm getting the Michael Jackson shoes on, and we sliding back a little bit, only if tags are touching. Don't get too cute. If you have Brian Thomas up there, Jr., as your by far number 1 player on your board, and you have Troy down there a little bit, then don't play around with it. Go ahead and draft him, you know. Yeah. And if I'm Mike McCarthy
and move down back in the second round.
Yeah. I'm saying I got to win now. I can't sit back and wait. You know, I'm not promised tomorrow. So, and I'm quite sure Zim is saying the same thing. So, go with BPA. But if tags are touching it, and if it's definitely more than 4 players, then trade back.
Yeah,
that's
trade
what
back
I say. A little bit.
Yeah, if I agree with your analysis, man, because I want to talk about that, because I definitely am feeling trade down in certain scenarios. So my scenarios will be if my guys are wiped out, or if it's just so many of the guys that I love sitting there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So man.
And then you can gamble a little bit of where you have the most at, right? Like we have DBs, or we have a lot of wide receivers to a degree, but it's depending on where you see that said wide receiver, right? Like I did a mock draft and I had Keon Coleman in the 2nd round, and it was basically what Jay Tuck had, and a lot of people were saying he's not as fast or as fluid as you want, but I'm saying you can really defend that to a degree, because you can still say that we don't have a true X receiver on this team. We got a Jalen Brooks who's promising, but it's still not enough to tilt the scale for me, right? So Diggs, not Diggs, excuse me, not Gallup, Lamb and doggone Cooks, they both inside guys, right? As wide receivers. I don't know why I'm keep thinking of Gallup and Diggs, but you guys get what I'm saying though, right?
Yeah, no, totally. And Lau, I want to ask you another question, just since you still, because Ron, he brought this up today. I said I was gonna definitely talk about this. This is a very good topic. But you know what? Like Lau, last week you got me really thinking about receiver at 24.
Right.
Like for real, like when you and Big broke down all the benefits, because it's not just a weapon, and it's also taking pressure off CeeDee Lamb, having an outlet which can help your offensive line. It's gonna help Dak. It's a whole and it's insurance against CeeDee Lamb injury. Like people got to consider that. Like if CeeDee Lamb go down, what was one of the main engines of our offense?
I mean,
Sedarian.
if Lamb goes down, we gotta hope that Ferguson in his third season now, right, is being able to handle the road coverages his way. And he had some concentration issues as well last season. He wasn't able to walk on water. You know what I mean? Yeah. But what I'm trying to do here is I want to make the middle of the field open for him. Yeah. And we need that dog nasty guy that's going to be on the outside that can do that. I need me an X receiver that can make teams pay when they roll coverage CeeDee Lamb's way if when healthy, right? I look at Cooks now as a 2-route guy, a 9 route and a deep over. You know, I'm not. He didn't contest a lot on that shallow drag route. You know, across the it was a slant, and he allowed my guy Alexander to fight through the body to pick off the quarterback.
Fact.
I didn't like that. You know, and most of his plays, I want you guys to go back and look at his film. He cooked on deep overs, right?
Yeah.
But teams were able to, on his short to intermediate routes, to sit on those and allow him to catch, and he wasn't giving us a lot of yak action. But I think that Brandon Cooks is still valuable enough to still run verticals and deep overs. So I just need to have another complementary piece to add to the mix. And I think that Gallup wasn't the guy that pushed the needle for me. At times, Jalen Brooks showed us a little bit more than Jalen Tolbert. So I'm looking at it like this. You draft a Brian Thomas who can accelerate, who can run every route in the tree, that's tall enough to pluck the ball out of the sky, and that can also give you some red zone threats, baby. And so I love that, man. You put that kid in a uniform with the silver and blue and the star on the side of your helmet. Shoot.
See, and let me add one more thing, too. Like, in my opinion, the offensive line could be already good enough. It really could. If you open to move Tyler to left tackle. Now, I know that causes some wars. Some people hate to hear that. But I think
yeah.
But I made the case today. I wanted to get your thoughts on it. I was like, I am not of the opinion that you never even consider moving Tyler. Because let me ask you a question. Who was a better player, Tyler Smith or Larry Allen?
Wait. Say that one more time.
Who was a better player, Tyler Smith or Larry Allen?
Hey, man, you
right? Come on, right?
Hey, Larry Allen, L.A.
know
man.
It's Larry, bro. Right?
Larry.
So let me ask another question. Did Larry play tackle and guard?
He did play both, right?
So he played it based on what was the need at the time, you know?
Okay.
So if you have, like somebody say, a neighbor sitting there at 24, and you can say, you know what? I do love the fact that we got us a Hall of Famer at left guard, but I will take a Pro Bowler at left tackle and take a quality starter with T.J. Bass at left guard and then go with Neighbors. I really don't see... You know,
in the words of our big homie Vach Lombardi, man, Neighbors, if he's there at 24, what happened? A gun under the seat, you know, a little cigarillo with some stuff inside.
Oh, we can go with Thomas.
Yeah.
But it's the same example. You see what I'm saying? Do you pass up on that when you have a reasonable solution? You know,
I'm picking upside all day. I'm picking what would be the easiest transition from college ball to the pros, right? I'm looking at those things because offensive lineman play, it's a little complicated. And these are the tangible things that we do know. Let me ask you this and just give me a simple yes or no.
Okay.
Tyler Smith, do you see dog in him?
Absolutely.
Okay. TJ Bass, do you see some nastiness in him?
Oh man, atomic dog, nasty dog.
Yeah, he'll lay all over you. And then somebody had to ask him, hey, can you get up off of me? And he still lay, the big boy lay on you. All right, Brock Hoffman, you see dog in him, do you?
Oh yeah.
Zach Martin, dog.
Atomic dog.
Terrence Steele,
man, come on,
dog. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we lost a bit of that for the first 6 or 7 games. He wasn't that aggressive dude that would lay all over you like he did before the injury, which we all understood, right? So he's definitely going to be back at that point of his career of what he did the previous year. So I know for sure I got 4 dogs out there, you know.
Right.
So all we looking for is just one more piece. We're looking for the 5th dog. We don't know where that dog at, but I can tell you right now, if you can't win with the 4 dogs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You better figure out a way to win with the 4th dog, and you go get you a wide receiver, man. They can put some points on the board so that Mike McCarthy and Mike Zim can keep things going for them. You know, they can't be sitting back saying, I don't know, because anybody else that you get in this draft will be the unknown. But you know for sure you got 4 dogs.
Yeah. And then, like, the chat going hard, like, you know, my buddy Lee talked about all those weapons we had when Green Bay won the Super Bowl. Not we had, Green Bay had. And I want to play a comment real quick because, you know, this is going around because obviously Duke and Vach did an interview, and Duke is of the opinion that Tyler is a much better left guard than left tackle. I would say all of us, for the most part, agree.
Yeah.
You know? But it's just, in my opinion, sometimes I got to be flexible. In my opinion, just depending on how the draft goes, you know? Because you could, like, if I got to move him 1 year to left tackle because you just got the weapon that you can't pass up, then, hey, maybe that's what you got to do. I'm just saying, it's no way, and I'm just thinking out loud. Let's say if we don't get the tackle, right? In the first.
Right.
If we don't get the tackle in the first, y'all do know it's a potential that Chuma could be your left tackle.
I get out, but you still got 4 dogs, man. You better. Chuma Chihuahua.
No,
that dog.
I don't want. Listen.
We don't want no Chuma. That Chihuahua.
I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it all the way real. I don't want Tyler Smith at left guard that bad to put Chuma at left tackle. I don't.
I
you see what I'm saying? Though. Like, even though I love Tyler Smith at left guard, it's just that it's a reason why left tackle is and will always be the highest valued position.
All right, so and I know you're gonna push back on this.
That's fine, yeah.
But you drafted a tackle in the 5th round who didn't allow a single sack in 2 seasons. I think I saw your tape on that. You know, his name is Awesome Richards while he was in college. And there's not a lot of bad tape. It's none to me from what I was able to identify.
I agree.
There was no bad tape in preseason game. Yeah, I saw a little. I want to say I saw a little dog in him in that game. When
you
he
did.
I was like, wow. You know, he got a little burst to him in that preseason game. Matter of fact, I think the Cowboys scored off of that. You know, with Hunter Luepke. So I think that the Cowboys, they played it too safe.
Yeah.
They looked at it they didn't trust their own value out of that last year draft out of Awesome, and they redshirted him. I think that he should have had a little bit more tick. He should have had played in that Miami's game. I think that he wouldn't have froze like Chuma, and I think that you would have got a better outcome if you put Awesome Richards in there. But I get it. They was looking at it like, hey, we trying to make this deep run. We're going to go with the experiences versus the youth.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to fight you on that. Hey, they said I'm low. Am I better now?
Yeah. You a whole lot better now. Yeah.
Okay, I turned me up. You know, now, this is the deal. This debate ain't easy. Like, if anybody act like this is just an easy, straightforward, no, this is not an easy debate. And I don't think it's just just absolute on this one. You know, we talking about left tackle and we talking about Dak's blind side. And we talking about a position to where the people you going against are bending and exploding out the bend to hit your quarterback, and he likely won't see it coming. That is serious.
What was Vach's rebuttal?
No, I think he'll agree. I think he is all the way Tyler Smith left guard.
Both of them, Tyler Smith.
Yeah,
left guard.
Period.
So they're thinking that you're
don't
drafting,
do it.
You drafting a left tackle, or
well, yeah. If you draft a quality
awesome
left tackle, this is a non-conversation. Like for instance, if Troy's sitting there, bruh.
Oh yeah,
this debate was for nothing. Like absolutely nothing. I'm cool with
I got
Troy.
my list right here, bro. You see my list right here?
Yeah.
So outside of Troy, who else is it? Fashanu?
Oh, hold on. Let me pull it up. I'll pull it up. If you go through your list while I pull it up, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Fuaga. I call him Illuminati Fashanu. You know what I'm saying? J.C. Latham, that's right side to me. It's going to be too much pulling of the teeth.
Yep,
to
I
move
agree.
To left side.
Yep.
Mims, you got Awesome Richards who got more experience than Mims. Mims got, he could be built like Tarzan but play like Jan. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I don't know. He don't have enough time. Graham Barton, I like what he can do. Tyler Guyton, Jordan Morgan, and then I got Kingsley. And then on my last two guys on this list, this is my list right here. My last two guys are Blake Fisher and Patrick Paul. Those are my 12 guys. Okay, so they list almost like mine.
Yeah. It's a lot of talent. It's a lot of talent. This is a lot of tackle talent. If you want a left tackle, you got him. If you want a right tackle, you got him. Jordan Morgan, he might be the guy, So, like, if we get a Jordan Morgan, I'm cool. I go into the season with that and say, yeah, let that guy be your left tackle. If we go with
do you think he can beat out Awesome Richards, who's already got a year ahead of him as it relates to Mike Solari's system and scheme? Do you think that these guys can beat him out on a fair and clear stage, head to head?
I don't even know. To be all the way honest with you. And the reason why I'm saying I don't know, because I don't know what type of gain Awesome is going to have in year 2. Right. I have no idea. Because all of us were saying, Law, with Awesome, he needs more strength. And only he go determine if he put in that work, right? It was almost like Steele going into year 2.
Right.
Steele going into year 2, none of us believed in him. Me neither. Right. I know everybody like, yeah, you like Terry. No, I didn't. Not
It was hard on him,
What? Yeah.
It was. We had every right to be.
Yeah, I was like, but it was after I watched him play versus the Chargers. I was like, okay, I saw something with that.
They said we were gonna get killed, and the same argument. Same argument is for right now. It's the same argument.
Right, it's the same argument. So this ain't a straightforward one to me, and I think, and I'm just being honest, I think we have to at least be open to the idea of Tyler playing left tackle. I just don't understand. I'm not open at all. I'm like, well, wait, like,
yeah.
So
anyway. Can you do me a quick favor though?
Yeah.
Terrence was drafted in 2020, right?
Yeah.
Do that machine can pull up 2020's draft class of tackles?
Oh, let me see.
Ooh, that would be dope if he could.
Let me see, man. You pushing me, man. You know what I love? Law is gonna push you, bro. I tell you, he gonna push your capabilities. Let me see.
If he can pull up 2022, we probably have to Google. No, he was drafted in. Was Terrence still? He was undrafted, right? So
yeah, he was undrafted.
Came out in the 2020 class, right?
Yeah,
or 2021.
Man, Law.
It was 2020. Yeah, it was 2020, right? So it was 2020. So
you're right. It was 2020. You're right.
He's in that class, even though he was undrafted. So who was the top dogs then? Who was the guys?
It definitely was not as many, and I'm getting ready to pull it up. Give me 1 second.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, man. You pushing me, Law. You pushing me, man.
Yeah, it's good content, baby.
Man, you got me.
Good content.
You pushing me on my capabilities. Let me see what I can do.
Yeah. Now I do know Paul said, hey, but wait a minute, left side, blind side. Yeah, I get all that. Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Side. It definitely was not as many tackles in that class.
It was just a poor class in 2020.
No, it was a good class. That was a gifted class. That class had all the freaks. You remember that? That's the class that had Andre Thomas and Tristan Walsh. I got it right here.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah, you remember these are the guys that was breaking the records. You remember that? I think it was Beckham.
Tristan is better. He is better. Tristan Wirfs is better than Terrence Steele. Okay. Andre Thomas is argumentative, but Andre is on the left side though, right?
Andre was left. Yeah,
he's left tackle now. Yeah, so we looking at the right side. Becton, he ain't him, y'all.
Notice this class, Law, real quick. Notice how it ran out real quick. After 5, you done. You see what I'm saying? You done. Yeah. Now, it's not the case with this class. You can keep going. You can keep going down to 11 and you still thinking first round talent. You know what I mean? Like, this class was pretty much wiped out, swallowed up.
Yeah.
Come out the closet. And you swallowed up.
Oh my gosh, man. Well, go to 2021 class if you can.
Oh man, you pushing me low, it's too much.
Yeah, well, I just want to say that we can think that we are trying to work out something and it end up being that we are better with what we stand on our own ground with. Yeah. I think that if the Cowboys, because Chuma, to me, Chuma is a better guard than he was at tackle, especially left side.
That's what I said.
Yeah, and then there's too many moving parts for him. He started off as a 3rd round draft pick on the right side.
Swallowed up.
He swallowed all the way up, you know what I'm saying? And then he played fairly okay when he went to Atlanta at guard. Right. And now all of a sudden, we kicked him on the furthest outside. And if you look at that Miami play, you would thought that helped. Yeah. Sewell, Penny, Pennell.
This is another class that got swallowed up quick.
The first 3 or the first 4.
It's
pretty good.
That's it. Like when you look at the other classes compared to this class, you know, I don't think we might see in the next 20 years 10 potential first round tackles. I don't think we might ever see this again. Like on the cool. That's what make this hard. That's what make this very hard. Do you go receiver or do you get your 10-year tackle?
Yeah, Christian Darrisaw, he allowed 6 sacks last season, 5. I think, and then he's left side though, right? Left tackle. Christian Darrisaw.
Let me see.
He left.
I can't remember, bro. Left tackle. Yep.
Is he left side? I can't compare right to left when I'm trying to make an argument for Terrence Steele. But if you go back at that list right there, Chief.
Yep.
If you look at everything, Terrence Steele is in the top 5 of that.
I would agree. Absolutely.
Well, top 10. Top 10.
I would say top. Yeah. Let's meet in the middle and say top 7.
Top 7 out of that. So, and he's coming back. He's coming back healthy this season, hopefully, and you will see that. So your whole, if we can get Brock Hoffman to give us a little bit more push and fight, then that's half the battle.
Yep.
I think Tyler Biadasz, he was good technique with his hands or what have you, had no power. Dak Prescott stayed continuously having a D tackle in his lap, or Tyler Biadasz himself in his lap, and forcing him to escape out of there and forces him to go through his reads a whole lot quicker. If you have an anchor, I hope that Brock Hoffman, he's talking, he got a podcast too. Mm-hmm. Hopefully he's not as technical as or technique sound as Tyler Biadasz, but he's strong as an ox, man. He got to finish for him. So if he can win that center spot, I'm quite sure that any center that's out of this draft It's going to take him about 1 or 2 years, just like Tyler Linderbaum. It took him a little minute for him to get his feet together, and he's still been giving up a lot of stuff in the inside. I'm talking about Linderbaum, the smaller guy. Creed Humphreys, he's really good. He's really good, but he's on a winning team. So it's hard to grade that, but I'm just looking at with what Brock Hoffman can do. If he can bring a little nastiness and a little strength and power and anchor some stuff together, we'll be a little bit better running in the A gap and B gap, and then we'll be a little bit better and standing inside the pocket and going through your progressions and throwing the ball.
All right, can you handle one more topic?
Oh, yeah. I'm good.
All right. I just wanted to get your thoughts on Sedarius and the holdout. Because I know you did a video on it. Like, because TMZ, they cornered him.
They cornered him. Right. He said like he said he'll be in Dallas. He didn't say Cowboys.
Right. Yeah. So they kind of clickbaited everybody with that. Like he responded, but he really did. Like he was kind of.
Can I speak from both sides?
Yes, please.
From the player athlete side, I want him to hold out until they pay him his money. From a fandom side, I want him to be out there. But here's why. When did Trevon Diggs get hurt?
Yeah.
In practice.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. In practice, he didn't get hurt out there on the field. And I don't want these guys to be pressing. There's a new defense out there. He goes out there and snap up something, knocking on wood. I'm old enough to remember Nicky Bosa held out, worked out there in the mountains somewhere, him and his daddy, until they come up with an agreement. It wasn't no crazy news left and right, and when they paid him his bag, he got paid his bag, right?
Yeah.
I remember Aaron Donald. He sat out and held out. He was practicing with knives and stuff, calling D-Ware to come help him work out. So, and then they eventually caved and paid the brother. I want CeeDee Lamb to get his back, and I get it. I understand from a fan aspect, I want him to be on the same page with Dak Prescott. I'm a little jealous when I see CJ throwing the ball to Trevon Diggs out there already, and getting continuity going. But there's no money hold up. There's no back and forth with contracts with those two. I think that these guys, football stands for not for long, and they need to get paid. They need to have some type of insurance. They need to have some type of safety net. And it wouldn't be a situation where it is held out if CeeDee Lamb got hurt last year, because they pay their hurt guys. The guys that don't get hurt, they got to fight for their contract, and I'm tired of it.
Well said. And my only thoughts on it, man, I'm going to be short and quick, and we can get into our final words.
Mm-hmm.
I think CeeDee Lamb has learned the art of getting the bag. That's it. The way that you get your bag in Dallas is you have to make noise.
Tough. Yeah.
You got to be tough. So, he was here when Amari was trying to get his. He saw Amari come after Zeke. He saw Amari come after Tank. But what did those two do to get paid first? Tank used his shoulders leverage. Zeke went to Cowboy.
Yeah.
Both of them got paid. The people that was sitting there being the good guys, Dak, good guy Dak, kissed the baby, say everything right. You was the last to get paid. What happened last year? Zach Martin, older than dirt, skipped all the young bulls. Why? He was the bad guy.
Yeah.
And I just think Jerry and them respect it. I think they respect it when you stand up for yourself. That's what I honest to God.
Right. Ooh, you're right.
That's my honest to God opinion. I think when you too nice, to me, that's a signal that you're not willing to fight. You're not a fighter. And I think they testing your muscle.
Yeah.
And I think CeeDee Lamb is showing I got the muscle. I know my value. So, and I think he shot a signal. He shot a small warning shot. Stop holding me up. Let's get to talking. Because something is going to potentially happen. That's my final word on that.
Yes, and the thing is, before we wrap it, his trainer, he's a real good friend of mine, man, and they out there in Houston, and business is finna be booming for him because he got Tank Dell, he got Nico, he got Trevon Diggs now, he got CD Lamb. There's gonna be time where if we looking up there, we gonna be like, wait a minute, why CD and Trevon Diggs and Tank Dell all? Because he's training all of those boys, right? Mm-hmm. And he said that he make it his business that CD won't he won't miss anything, y'all. Because I'm gonna make sure I craft him to be even better of a route runner, right? So I mean, my guy, Del Fonte, man, keep doing your thing, bro. And he's gonna put in the extra grind for those boys, and he's not gonna give them no shortcomings. A lot of times, you and I, boss, we can identify those trainers.
Right.
They put in the extra work with these fellas during the off season.
Yeah.
And it's very valuable. I would tell you guys that all of these trainers like D-Rob, Always Open, Del Fonte, and all of those boys, Lance, my guy, 300. Y'all continue to do that. B-Tuck, man, my guy B-Tuck, man, shouts out to him. These guys are really, you might think that the positioning coach got to be nice to them. But these players, they pay them to beat them up. You know what I'm saying? They get beat up in these practices. So when I repost or when I share these things, man, trust and believe. It's hard work for those boys to get out there and do some things, man. It's not easy.
Yeah, man. You got some super chats?
Oh, yeah. Got some super chats over
we got to get to them super chats. I got one. Wow. My boy, the Ninja. Shout out to the Ninja, man. It's good to see you. Always good to see you, the Ninja. Real good dude, man. For real. And he said, with a $10 holla, he said, fire show, fellas, making good points. I appreciate that, man. That's the final word. You got your super chats over there, big dog? Because that was
I got two of them. I got Brandy. She says, appreciate you for the $1.99 for your mind. Appreciate you. She said, Diggs was like, watch your mouth, dog. You know what I'm saying? And I love it.
Me
because
too.
Now,
man. I do love
at least you're gonna think twice about it.
They gotta walk a little softer. Gotta walk a little softer. Boys jumping in your DM. He say the first words he said is, "You weird for that."
You weird for that. Yeah. I love it.
Big brother Diggs. I loved it. Yeah.
And shout out to Aiden Diggs too, man. He just started following me on Instagram.
What?
Man. I appreciate him. Yep, him and the crew over there. So one day I'll grow up and be like him, But I got another super chat from Johnny, man. I appreciate you, Duncan Sr., for the $1.99 for your mind. Appreciate you so much. He says, why do we go through this with our star players? Question mark.
You got that?
Yeah, it's the Cowboys way, man.
It is, man.
Hey, that illustration of how Jay Tuck pulled out the evidence it's for real, man. When it's time to get paid, when you have drawbacks and you have pushback, they're gonna find storylines. I was so pleased to hear Trevon Diggs' contract to go through. Yeah. Because they was about to. Then they said, pull it back. You remember, because it started leaking out. Hey, remember the yards allowed and stuff like that, and he don't tackle. Oh, he took the deal? Hey, pull it back. He had took that deal because he had every right to challenge the pay threshold of what Denzel Ward got and all of those other boys. So by him taking the deal that he took, the Cowboys pulled their hand off the trigger. Now, far as Lamb, Parsons, and number 4, I ain't gonna say his name, they give a little more pushback, and especially this dude by the name of Todd France. He want to win everything, and I think out of everything is more of his doing with the 4 quarterback for our team, and it's crazy, man. But I got another super chat that just come in.
Okay.
JC Cowboy Network, man, $4.99. The grind for your mind. Appreciate you so
that,
much.
JC.
JC been putting in some good work, man.
He
Oh my goodness,
killing the
putting in
game.
some good work.
Yeah,
he says, keep up the good work, my creating brothers, man. Fire, man. Appreciate my guy, JC Cowboy Network. When I grow up, I want to be like him too. I saw you. I saw his pad, man. He had the TV
pad.
I said,
laid.
"Oh my God!" With the studio chairs, man.
Man, he like, listen. Let me stunt on y'all. Let me stunt for y'all.
I was making all type of noise, man, up in that attic.
What's up, Regina? All right. So, my final word is, first of all, I'm very proud of Trey. I'm proud of Diggs, man. Like, I honestly, we all knew he was a dog. We saw how he went at Dak. We know he competitive.
Yeah. I love it.
But to be the big brother of your star and have your boss back, and he wasn't doing it knowing that it was going to get put on the radio, right? Mm-hmm. He was doing it just on principle. Like, I'm going to stand up for my guy. And it was a man's way. Appreciate that, Oscar Westbrook, my brother for life. He said, good content, y'all. Love the final word, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you.
And he did it the way men do it. Because, it's been some sneak dissing. It's been some words thrown out, innuendos. We've heard it. I'm not going to repeat it. But I like how he did it. Because, see, when Brian brought us, when we said we didn't agree with what he said about Dak, you know what he did?
Yeah.
He came to us. He sat down on the final word and talked about it, man to man. No sneak dissing. Yeah. No tripping. No credential dissing. None of that. None of that.
Basement talkers. Yeah.
None of that. Nah, just man to man. And guess what? All us walked away with much higher respect for Brian, didn't we?
Oh yeah. And this is what I'm gonna say with Brian though, man. I know it's your final word.
That's fine.
But he is more in depth with his content off the online stuff in the internet.
Yeah.
You bump into Brian Broaders, man. It was me, you, and Jazz, bitches love sports.
Yep.
We are all, man, he would drink you. Brian would drink you under the table, buy your rounds of drinks, and that's when you really get some good football stuff from him. And he be holding back, he be holding back when he online. So Brian Broaders is one of them.
He's a real one.
He's a real one, pillar of the community, man. And what I like about him is he will admit when he's wrong.
That's the thing about Brian.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That's the thing. He doesn't have this uppity, I'm the radio guy, you guys are. No.
Subjects.
He embraces the entire community.
Yeah.
He's a good ambassador for the fan. Yeah. And he got some big old balls. Like, I'll talk about that later. That's another stuff. But I was more so talking about the way.
Swallow them.
Don't do me like that, Law.
I got to get you. You my dog.
Don't do me like that, bro. My boy Montana. Hold on real quick. We got us another super chat. Let me pause.
Oh my God.
He said, y'all got to stop being so humble. Y'all put in more than the meter they get paid from these Joneses. I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, appreciate you,
he
my
said,
dog.
So please carry y'all humbleness on the sleeve. I appreciate that, dog. I appreciate that, boy. Montana, my big bro. Big bro.
My dog right there.
Good dude, man. So I just like the way Diggs handled that, man. That made me have a good feeling about the season to see him having his brother back, man. So that's one. The other final word is, you got that button. It's a cold world.
Yeah.
It's an evil world we live in.
It's an evil world, man. It's disappointing to know, allegedly, because I'm going to say allegedly because it's third party. that we live in a world to where people can let you hold up your jersey and celebrating that you're a part of their organization, and at the same time send a beaks after you simultaneously. If I was an agent, you know what I would do? I would clip out what RJ said, and I would sit down with every one of the people that I represent and say, hey, this is what you're getting into. You got to be very conscious that everything that you do can and will be used against you in contracts. This is the life you chose as a professional. It's a reality that I didn't want to hear, to be all the way honest. To know that art literally did imitate life. You know? That the shadiest guy, Beaks, from Trading Places. I love Beaks though, but Beaks killed that role, didn't he? He killed it.
He did, man.
Woo, he was cold. Beaks was heartless.
Played that role to the T.
Man, that boy said, scram. But this is a sad reality. So, you know, it's an evil world, man. It's also telling me I need to be on my best behavior. Everybody need to be on their best behavior, because people are always trying to find leverage on you, because it's just an evil world. My last final word is on you, Law.
No, you good. You good. Take your time, bro.
Shout out to all of y'all in the chat, all the executives, man. Obviously, I appreciate all of y'all. Especially, and I want to say this, the content creators, big time, you know, coming in and adding his contribution. Rome been going absolutely crazy. I really appreciate you, because Rome is doing way more than just chatting. You know what I mean? He doing way more than just a comment. He doing way more. Like Rome, you know, just going crazy in terms of ideas. He called me right before the show. You know, we talked about he's seeing all his people over here. He raid us every week. Just completely unselfish, completely about the nation, and completely putting in good ideas, man. Greatly appreciate you. JC Network, I want to also say appreciate you. Just the people that came in, man, I appreciate y'all, because y'all really coming in, putting in work. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. It felt good also to see my boy Landlord with Vosh today. I love that, and I know y'all got a round table coming up Friday. Make sure you talk about that. It's at Friday at 8:00. B round table will be doing their thing. Obviously, that's a power panel, the best. Nothing but the best with Law Nation. Obviously, Vach, Sky, Okoye, Foots. Some real good minds. I respect all those guys. And I just love how I'm seeing the community work together. It's beautiful, man. I've never seen it like this. Honestly, I've never seen it like this, and it really brings joy to my heart to see just everybody. We starting to blend like I've never seen it before. And maybe it's the crisis. Maybe it's the bad times, Law. Maybe it's the anger. But we coming together. And I think if we come together as new media, we unstoppable. That's my final word.
Man, that boy, you had it, man. You know, with the great stuff, man. Solidarity, and I always look at it like a knot on a rope.
Yeah.
The opposing forces pull on it and not get tighter, you know. Right. And I think that this is the type of community we are in. We don't all agree, you know. There's some disagreements with a lot of things.
Yep.
But one thing we do agree on is that we love the Cowboys.
That's right.
And also, just to echo what you said from 105.3 The Fan, which I kind of caught, is that Diggs went to our guy privately in DM.
Yes.
And he still went to expose that publicly, you know.
Yeah.
So that goes to show me that he still didn't get the message. Diggs could have just said that out in the open if he wanted to, if you're going to go to the airways and still lament the same thing. So it goes to show you that, you know, hey, sometimes people going to do what people do to get the views, the clicks, and the impressions, which I don't blame him. You know, that's how he eat.
That's right.
So just be careful, y'all out here, and especially us as new media. That role wasn't given to us. We created it. We made it, right? There's no one that's going to force us to bow down or to say less or say more. I think that's what makes this unique. I think that by us beating the drum of truth, and even if it's wrong, we'll come back and say, hey man, we were wrong on this, you know. And I think that goes a long way, and getting the acknowledgement from everyone is a power play. You know, everybody now, NFL Network had a big layoff. Now those people are trying to create podcasts and stuff like that to get on. So many things, man. And I really appreciate us all getting together and working out and getting things going. I can't wait to see everybody, man, when the season kick off, and especially this draft time for your mind. Let's go. DC for life. Gotta drink me some water.
Man. The final word, man. Y'all better hit that like. Y'all been burning us on likes all day, man. Stop the cap.
Let's go. One way or another.
Hit that like, man. Y'all tripping. New media.
And on the go. Appreciate Jessica. I see you. All right, man.
Jessica.
Let's get it. Let's
I love the feel lately. I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal lately. I just wanna run it up. Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel lately. I just wanna run it up.